We're going live. We're on the air. How you doing, everybody? Bruce here. Stock Markets with Bruce, wearing his Traveling with Bruce t-shirt. How you doing today? Bruce, the conspiracy theorist, is here to answer all your questions, all your desires. You just lay out the wildest, wackiest conspiracy theories. I'll do what I can to help, make it work for you. How you guys doing? What a day I'm having today. What a week I'm having this week. Quite crazy and lots of fun as always. Welcome to my channel, Stock Markets with Bruce, where we love talking about stocks, the markets, what's going on out there. What does it mean? Why is it happening? I do my best to try to explain the markets in kind of a plain English kind of way, although I'll tell you, there are times where it's not that easy. And sometimes it's just unexplainable. Certain things are, happen out there that one just can't put a finger on it. And you do the best you can with what you got. And what can I say? Today is one of those days. I gotta tell you, the market today started hot and heavy. The Dow was up, 400 plus points in the first hour of the morning. It looked like it was just going to keep right on going. A couple of news stories, I guess, came out about a couple of pharmaceutical companies are making, quote, progress towards a virus. That's like a buy signal to day traders, especially those who don't know what they're doing. A possible, cure for a virus means, that's your excuse to just buy anything. And of course, if there's a possible vaccine to the virus, you got to buy, anything to do with travel. So you got to buy the airline stocks. You got to buy every hotel stock. You got to buy Hertz because they might come out of bankruptcy again. You got to buy every cruise line there is. I mean, anything to do with travel, you just buy it. Don't ask questions, just buy it. And I got to tell you, the talk about the faithful. I mean, my gosh, there are folks out there who bought Royal Caribbean. What did it go up? $10 a share today at one point? Unbelievable. I got land in Florida for you. It's occasionally underwater, but it's at least you're not in the desert. Here's a Carnival today. Look at that chart. That's a 1 week chart right there. Here's where it was a week ago, down in that, what was that, 16, 15, 22 range. And then up here, here's today, way up here, closed at 1748, after hour 1764, up 244 today. I mean, that is just ridiculous. Hey, if you own the stock, I'm happy for you. Believe me, I love seeing people make money. Here's Norwegian. It was down to 1581 range down here, and then over here, look at this. We're up here, boom, 1850 on the close, 1861 in the aftermarket, up over $3 a share. And then here's the big winner of the day, I think. Yeah, here it is as far as dollars go. Royal Caribbean last week, at the end of the week, sort of $50 to $48 a share, and then got into that sort of 50, 52, 53 range, dropped yesterday, and then today, whoa, 59.36. What a run this stock had. 58.36 and 59.10 in the aftermarket. So it's approaching $60 a share again. Just insane. That's amazing. There used to be a show in the 70s called That's Amazing, or That's Incredible. Well, that's incredible because the shares were downgraded yesterday by a couple of brokerage firms. I reported on that and happened to mention a little ditty about the White House possibly controlling the CDC. And did my channel light up here and Traveling with Bruce? Oh my goodness, my channel lit up. I'm gonna have to do this more often. I'm gonna have to get really political because that's what the ratings are. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. The shares yesterday dropped off in value because these analysts, these stock analysts, they're right. They kind of have figured out what is happening out there, and there's some really disturbing things happening in the world at large that is going to be bad news for cruise lines. I mean, that's the bottom line. It's going to be bad news for cruise lines. And I gotta say, the Thank you, Tom. The information coming out for the cruise lines does not look good. It just does not look good. Florida is out of control with 10,000 plus cases a day now. Texas, 10,000 plus cases a day. Arizona has got its all kinds of problems. California is re-shutting down again because they've got issues. So take California out. That means no sailings out of Frisco, LA, Long Beach, San Diego. Take out Texas, goodbye Galveston. Take out Florida, that means Tampa, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Port Canaveral, Jacksonville, all those ports are gone. Well, you take that out of play going forward a while. We're talking half of every cruise in the world. 50% of cruisers probably use those ports combined on an annual basis. The rest of the world combined is everywhere else. So that's the Mediterranean, up in Southampton, Australia, Asia cruising, and so on. These cruise lines, they're not going to be given green lights to sail out of the United States with the virus as it is. And the point I made yesterday in my videos, one on Traveling with Bruce and one on Stock Markets with Bruce, was I was talking about how the CDC has not been leading the way lately about telling cruise lines what to do and when to do it. The CDC has a no sail order in effect until the 24th of July. That's now only 9 days away. Today's the 15th. They haven't extended it. But the Cruise Line International Association, which is the association that represents all the cruise lines in the world, they announced voluntarily a month ago that they were extending their no sail date until September the 15th. Everybody figured at that point that the CDC would just, match that right away. Since the cruise industry isn't going to sail voluntarily, why not? Didn't do it. They just stayed here to July 24. And now, with 9 days to go, they still haven't changed this date. There's no way a cruise ship is going to get in and out of Miami with paying passengers on the 25th of July. It's not going to happen. So why is that? Is the question. Like, everyone's been asking me these questions, like, why would the CLIA say the cruise line, or say that voluntarily cruise lines aren't going to cruise, but the CDC doesn't back it up with their confirmation of this. And the report that came out yesterday from these stock analysts, through all their connections in the business and in the political offices, in the Senate offices, the Congress, all the lobbyists that they know, believe me, stock analysts that work for stock brokerage firms, they don't just look at spreadsheets and then make up their mind as to what the stock is going to do going forward. They don't do that. These guys are like investigative reporters, and they contact all their contacts in and outside of the business. And these guys all have direct lines to senior management at every cruise line. And they can talk to people who talk to the lobbyists on behalf of the cruise lines in Washington. If not, they can talk directly to these lobbyists. I mean, they can get right to the source. And they basically came out with the fact, and the fact is that the CDC is not leading the charge right now. It's the White House. The White House is leading the charge. Don't know if you guys heard this morning or last night, but it came out today that the hospitals in various states in the South are now being told that when they have their reports about how many people are infected with the virus and how many people are coming into the hospital and all that, don't send that info to the CDC. No. Send it now to another division which is controlled by the White House. The hospitals are going, why? Why would we do that? That's stupid. The CDC based in Atlanta is the agency that handles all information regarding really bad stuff happening to Americans, like everything, cancer and pandemics and outbreaks and measles and polio and everything. I mean, it's CDC. It's CDC. This is where all the experts are. This is where the scientists are. The people who, they studied in school, like they went to university and studied. They're each $200,000 in debt. Those guys. They got their doctorates in advanced degrees in respiratory illnesses and airborne diseases. These are the folks that the United States sends around the world when there's a breakout to help stop it, especially with third world countries. Why would we not send info to those guys? Aren't they like important? And isn't the American government funding the CDC? And doesn't the CDC report to the United States government, the Senate and the Congress and all that? Why would we not send this information to them? Well, it's become political. And there's something called an election coming up on November the 3rd, the 8th. There's some kind of an electoral event coming up. And some people in Washington don't want bad news coming out, if at all possible. And they would really rather let's just go back to normal. Let's just go back to the way it was back in 2019, and let's just all go back to work, and let's go back to school, and let's all go party at the bar, and go to the barbecues, and go to NASCAR races, and let's just make everything go back to normal. Let's just pretend there's nothing wrong. While the rest of the planet, we're all kind of going, huh? What are you guys doing down here? What's going on? Well, we don't have an election, you see, on November the 8th. We don't have one. So it's just normal here, like just another day. Here in Canada, we just found out 2 days ago, we can't go to the States for another month. And our friends in Mexico just found out they can't go to the States for another month because the border is closed to Americans and Mexicans to visit into the USA, which is beginning to cause issues here because there's a lot of seniors in this country who are snowbirds, and they spend billions of dollars a year in the US from November to about April with their condos that they own in the USA or their boats, or they take their RVs down for the winter, and they just spend all kinds of money down there. And there's a whole bunch of Americans that make a lot of money from Canadians. And a lot of Americans make a lot of money from Mexicans who are well-to-do, who come north as well. But all that's shut down. Canadians are saying, don't open that border. Are you kidding me? Don't let those Americans up here. Are you kidding? It's out of control. We don't want them up here. We've been locked down up here for months, and we're now wearing face masks, and we're following all the edicts. Why should we just stop and let what's happening down there happen in here again? Oh, no. I've already played this game. I don't want to play this game a second time. Anyway, so the White House, oddly enough, doesn't want cruising to start right now. Even though they want you to fly on the airlines, Americans are being told, go fly. As far as the White House is concerned, get in an airplane, fly, rent a car, rent a hotel, go to theme parks, knock yourself out. As long as your states are allowing all these activities, go and enjoy yourselves and spend all kinds of money and create all kinds of jobs and wealth and opportunity. But when it comes to a cruise, no, you can't go cruising. You can go to Disneyland and wait in line and go into the share bathrooms and be exposed to all kinds of people. And Disneyland would like you to wear a mask, although, some people probably cheat from time to time. But nonetheless, hang out in Orlando and take your chances. Whether you bump into someone at a McDonald's that does or does not wear a mask like you do or don't do, you just take your chances. But when it comes to a cruise, the American government's going, no way. The CDC is saying no way. Why would that be? Why would they allow people to go on airplane rides but not take a cruise? It's really simple, actually. If you think back to January, the Diamond Princess cruise ship came into Tokyo Harbor, Yokohama, Japan. And they had whatever number, 2,500 passengers on board, and 10 people were tested positive, and they kept everybody on the ship. They wouldn't let anybody off. And unfortunately, we now know that's the last thing you're supposed to do is if you get a virus breakout, you're supposed to get these folks out of this confined space, get them into, take them to an army base if you have to, but get them into hotels with much more space and give people a balcony and that type of thing so they can, socially distance from each other. And they'll get better. But in January, the Diamond Princess went into Tokyo, and we saw that story for 6 weeks in a row until the last person was off, including Americans. You remember Americans were on that boat and they were flown back to the United States. And some guy in the White House didn't want them flown back to the United States. He found out when they were in the air coming back that they were coming, and he was not happy because he didn't want them there because that would be bad for statistics. Well, yeah, they came into the U.S. and were taken to Air Force bases and all as well. Well, a ship, another Princess cruise ship came into the San Francisco harbor. You remember that? That was in like February, March. And 2,000 people, most of them Americans, were on this ship. And there were people on board who had the virus. And the certain guy in the White House didn't want that ship coming in either. He didn't want that ship coming in because, again, this is the last thing he needed was people testing positive in the USA. Well, these folks were also dispersed and quarantined, and, it didn't turn out to be that bad. Yes, there were some fatalities, but it certainly wasn't like the plague or anything like that. Well, ever since then, no cruising. And so between now and November the 3rd, whatever the election day is, there won't be any cruising in the United States. The CDC will not allow any ships in. The Coast Guard isn't going to allow any ships in to do that. And so these cruise liners are just sitting in the water in the Bahamas and down in Barbados, and they're waiting it out, hoping that, maybe at the end of the year, New Year's next year, things will, come around a little bit. But at this point, there is no sailing whatsoever. And so these stock analysts that I quoted basically saying the CDC is powerless. They have no control over the scenario. It's a White House call. It's a political tool that the White House is using right now. And until the election, there will be no way that there'll be any cruises. Now, after the election, it all depends on who's running the show. Of course, keep in mind, the election happens in November, but the so-called changeover, if there's going to be one, that's in January. So for the rest of November and into December and part of January, if it's the same administration that's going to be there another 4 years, don't expect cruising to start right away because these guys do not want to have a scenario where 2,000 people get on a cruise ship in Miami, go down to the Bahamas, come back a week later, and 15 of them are coughing and got a temperature and got the virus. They don't want that. So there'll be no cruising at all. If it switches administrations, we may well have a scenario where the new administration comes in and goes, what a mess we have on our hands. We have got to impose a national shutdown to get this thing nailed down because we can't open our schools safely. We can't travel safely. We can't do business safely. And we may then have a 3-month or a 6-month national shutdown of gargantuan proportions where we really shut this thing off, which kind of should have been done the first time, but it wasn't. New York State came the closest to a full-blown, complete shutdown. I mean, New York City and New York State came very close to having literally National Guard at every intersection. Not quite, didn't happen because New Yorkers complied for the most part. And the result is today, the numbers in New York are much lower than anywhere else, but I don't know for how long because it's pretty tough to isolate New York City. In any event, there you go. Cruising, folks. I don't see cruising starting anytime soon. Again, bringing it back to today's topic, why did the cruise shares go up in price like they did? What the heck is going on with the cruise shares? Why are they going up 20% today? It's this hope, this fallacy, this fantasy that a vaccine is just around the corner. There is no vaccine just around the corner. I am sorry to break it to you, kids. Vaccines can take 2 years to prove out. Even at light speed, that's the record. I don't know if a vaccine has been produced any faster than that ever in the history of mankind. The average is 5 years for a vaccine to make it through all the protocols. Certainly not going to see a vaccine by election day. That's not going to happen. So folks, these cruise lines, I did a video today on my other channel talking about the fact that between Carnival, Norwegian, and Royal Caribbean, they are burning $1.5 million of cash an hour, every hour, 24 hours a day. That's how much cash they're using right now to keep their ships floating, keep them turned on, keep them safe, keep them from rotting out, keeping their crews fed, keeping everything running, paying for their rent in their home offices, which there are several offices, Carnival has 9 cruise lines, so they have all kinds of offices everywhere. They have staff everywhere. They have legals everywhere, accountants, auditors. They have legal fees. They have listing fees on the stock exchanges. They are public companies. Banking fees, on it goes. $1.5 million an hour, $36 million a day, $1.1 billion a month is what the cruise lines are using right now to not be in business. And there's a chance, according to the Wall Street analysts that I quoted yesterday, they were thinking that there won't be any cruises until March of 2021. Even if they got the green light in January, you're good to go, start cruising. It would take 6 weeks to get them started and get the cruise ships up and running again. They're going to burn off between now and March. Just in the case of Carnival, I think I wrote that down, $5.2 billion in Carnival's case, because we're talking about 8 months. 8 months at $1.1 billion a month for all 3 cruise lines. That's $8.8 billion of money that the cruise lines are guaranteed to lose between now and next March. That's a guarantee. It's an audit. It's already been disclosed to the SEC by the cruise lines. But if they don't start sailing until next September because they don't have a vaccine by March, and the green light isn't going to be given until next August, September, again, assuming that the virus just, magically calms down. I don't see that happening. That would mean 14 months of no sailing, and that makes it $15.5 billion of cash that the cruise lines are guaranteed to lose going forward. And you can count on something else. If that's happening between now and about 6 months from now, the cruise lines will go back to the markets yet again to borrow more cash to add another 3 months of cash into their bank accounts past next March, past next September. And if the cruise shutdown goes into next spring, they will raise another $5 billion between them to extend their life, if they can. And they will end up paying interest rates of 15 to 20% for the money. There'll be lenders. There'll always be lenders if you offer them enough. But when you can't guarantee a banker that you're back in business in the cruise business, the banker is going to say, my risk just went up. I need a higher payoff. And it's not a banker that's going to lend you the money. No banker will lend you that kind of money. The only individuals or entities that will lend you that kind of money are hedge funds, are firms that specialize in junk bonds. And they specialize in those bonds because they can get the high rates. And that's what their investors want them to get. They want to get high interest rates from probable successful companies. And if we can help the cruise line survive another 2 years, the likelihood is by then they'll be back up and running. But when they shut down, the cruise lines shut down back in March. The shutdown was for 30 days. I don't know if you folks remember that. The shutdown was a 30-day shutdown. It was voluntary. The CDC made it mandatory. And then a month later, the CDC extended it to July 24th. And that's in 9 days. And the Cruise Line Association has made it till September 15th. That's another couple of months. And now the analysts in New York are going, no. From what we're talking about and what we're hearing from the cruise line executives that we can talk to, the actual insiders of these entities, next March at the earliest next March. And I'm sitting here going, I've been talking 2022 as a possibility. And I'm starting to get more right every week. It's unbelievable how more right I'm becoming. And I don't like it because I love to cruise. I want to go on a cruise so bad, but it's looking pretty grim out there. So there you go. Why did the cruise line shares go up today? Because there's a rumor of a virus. Hope runs eternal. I tell you, if you own stock in cruise lines, this might be one of your best last chances to get the hell out of Dodge and take your money off the table and just sit on the sidelines and wait 3 months to see what happens with the travel business, because there is no way these cruise lines are going back to where they came from. Carnival was $55 a share. So was Norwegian. Royal Caribbean was $130 a share. They're not going back there. Are you kidding me? These companies, when they start sailing again, for real, when they start sailing with all of their ships, Royal Caribbean will be coming to the market and saying, well, We got our ships running again, and we're all, we're allowed to sail, but we're only allowed to sail at 50% capacity or 45% capacity. We're only hauling in, half the money we used to haul in. Gross. But we have all our expenses, including a new expense we didn't used to have. We have a new expense called higher interest costs on the money we've been borrowing to last the last year and a half or so. And Royal Caribbean will admit to the street, we had to borrow $8 billion and we're paying like 11% interest on it. We used to only pay 4%. Now we're paying 7% more interest on $10 billion. That's a carrying charge of $700 million a year. That's the cost of the increased cost of being in business for Royal Caribbean. Then there's Carnival. They've raised $8-10 billion. By the time it's all said and done, it might be 12. And then there's Norwegian with $5-6 billion. So you add them all up, they've got over $20 billion borrowed. They're paying 7% more for that money than they ever had to pay before. And that's $1.4 billion a year in higher operating costs. And they're going to be limited to maybe 50% of the sailors, of their customers. Now, how on green's earth can Royal Caribbean shares be trading at $60 a share today when the guaranteed future of the company is $700 million more in higher expenses to be in business with half the amount of passengers, at least for the first year of operation? They'll be lucky to break even in the first full year after they come back. We're now talking 2023 to 2024, where they might turn the corner and become profitable again. What the heck is the stock doing at $60 today? I have no idea. It shouldn't be anywhere near there. And the same thing can be said with the other cruise lines and the airlines. Why would people buy and run up American Airlines stock back to what, $12-13 a share today? This company is bankrupt. American Airlines is bust. They are only going to survive if they get another freebie from the taxpayers of America. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. The gravy train runs out on November the 3rd or 5th, whatever election day is, because between now and November, politicians need you. After November, they don't need you anymore. They got a year or two before they need you, and the president, whoever it is, won't need you for either 4 years or ever, because if the current guy gets in again, he's got a 4-year term and then he's done for. So whatever happens in the last 4 years of his second term, he doesn't care because he doesn't have to run again. If it's a new term and a turnover and it goes the other direction, you got a president who's going to run for re-election in 4 years, but he's going to be given 2 years leeway before he has to worry about it. And so you as recipients of government bailouts, they need you right now badly to be on their side. And so they're going to try to appease you as best they can, which means corporations and individuals to try to assist you through these hard times. But come the election day, once that's over, it's over, because there's a whole new administration in town, whoever it is, and the clock has been reset to 4 years to the next one. And watch the drop-off, kids. Watch the drop-off. I don't like the chances of the U.S. economy recovering in a V-shape whatsoever. I think the U.S. economy's got a massive hole in the middle of it, and it's going to rear its ugly head by October the 1st, when the initial layoffs will be announced by certainly the airlines and any other businesses that took government money, where they guaranteed no layoffs until the end of September. They pledged to keep all their people paid because they got this free government money to pay them. But I don't know if this next stimulus will keep people around much longer. Maybe it's another 60 days. Like I said, after November, it's over. It's all over. And now we have another issue, and that is how will the American government pay back all the bondholders that took bonds from the United States government to the tune of an additional $8 trillion in the last few months? Who's going to pay for that? How is that going to be done? I understand that if you issue a 20-year bond for $8 trillion, you have 20 years to pay that bond off. Just pay the interest in the meantime. But in 20 years, that bond is due. Now, what you normally do is you just borrow the $8 trillion all over again, roll it over, and just keep paying the interest. But that only works if the dollar is strong against other currencies. And right now, the dollar seems to be king. How long can the dollar be king if the U.S. economy is going to falter badly going forward this year, later on? That's what everyone wants to know. And that's what Wall Street bankers are nervously fidgeting about in their little cubicles. Usually right now, they're fidgeting at home because they're not in their office towers. There are some serious issues coming up, and the markets right now. If I have ever seen an overvalued market, I'm looking at one. I mean, it's plain as the nose on our faces. This market is so overpriced, is so overleveraged, and is so dependent on a recovery that just isn't gonna happen from where I sit. I think there's going to be some real heartbreak, and that artificial date of November is going to come and go so fast that you'll be wondering, oh my gosh, I remember the good old days, July of 2020. Why didn't I sell? Why didn't I take my money off the table? What was I thinking? Why would this just keep on going? And well, there you have it. Anyway, there you go. There's my little rant of the day. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I've got trivia today. Brittany Anderson is in the house. How you doing, Brittany? It's nice to see you here. MG Toe is here today. Welcome, buddy. Robert Melott is here from Westbury, Connecticut. Devin C is here. Tom Henry is here. SLCG Metz is here. How you guys doing? Nice to have you all here today. Devin is saying that the cruise line shares all went in the wrong direction. Shara's stories is here. Hey, Bruce and TWB, how you doing, Shara? Nice to have you here. Alex Pauling is here. Good evening, Bruce. I hope comment section isn't beating you up too much this week. It's been a lot of fun watching all the comments. Oh my gosh, I've been so popular the last 24, 48 hours on my comment section. Who else is here? Oh yeah, Tom Henry says, Bruce, you made La Lita Loca today. I did. I happened to catch my buddy Tony on La Lita Loca. I don't know if you know who that is. There's a cruise channel called La Lita Loca, and Tony Barnett, now out of Florida, he produces a video usually every day, like I try and do. We love talking about cruise ships, and he put me on his. He put a picture of me on the air today, and he talked about my video from yesterday about the CDC being kicked around by the White House. And he's a great guy. I love it, and thank you for the exposure. I really love it. Who else is here? Tom Henry is saying, "Hey, you can thank me. I sent a message to the president to open up cruising and remove the foreign port requirement from the Passenger Services Act." Oh my gosh. Who else is here? David Peoples is in the house. South Carolina has issues too, so Charleston is a no-go as well for cruising. Yeah, there's another port. Baltimore, no cruising out of Baltimore. New York State, they're not going to allow ships in and out of New York Harbor right now. Maybe the virus is under control in New York for a while, but Bayonne, New Jersey, and Pier 52 or whatever, not a chance. Not going to happen. Devin is saying, I just read that the White House is requiring hospitals to send their data to the White House and not the CDC. Sounds fishy. Yeah, that why would they want to do that? Why, if they weren't playing around with the CDC, why would they want to do that? That makes no sense. Tom Henry, Norfolk can take over. There you go. Good for him. David Peoples, the CDC doesn't follow the POTUS lead on what to say. Anyone against POTUS is trashed, i.e. Fauci. Yeah, it's unbelievable how they're going after Fauci. Mike Whelan, folks in the White House want to message the something so they look better election year. There you go. Alex, we should defund the CDC and just let those responsibilities be given to the president. Just kidding. Devin, I expect the Carnival to get back into the $8 range. What do you expect, Royal Caribbean? Well, if Carnival drops to the $8.10, then Royal Caribbean goes back to 20. Common sense would dictate that to me. I'll tell you, folks, these stocks are overpriced. Ken, hi, Bruce. 90 degrees in Saginaw, Michigan. Earnings season about to begin with horrible results coming in the last quarter. Absolutely, Ken, you're right. Absolutely right. Welcome, buddy, from Saginaw. There are some really ugly financials coming out, and there were going to be some surprising forecasts being made by publicly traded companies going forward this next week or two, because we're going to go into earnings season now for the second quarter, and we're going to hear some disturbing projections that the market the way the market is priced, it's not expecting these kinds of numbers or forecasts, and they're about to get them. They're going to get some horror stories, and I don't know what it'll take for the market to wake up. Mike, let's just pass the virus on to everyone. You can't teach stupid. Tom Henry, maybe we can kill stupid with the virus. Who else is here? Let's see, Alex. I can see Bruce is a huge Trump fan. I'm a fan of what I like to refer to as common sense. That's my political party of choice, the Common Sense Party. But I haven't found many of those lately. Even up here in Canada, it's kind of kooky. Certain people have it together, and others just don't. I'm quite amazing. It's quite amazing what people are saying out there. Bill Carroll, U.S. People aren't going anywhere. My son can't get a passport because Secretary of State says no. Yeah, you can't. The U.S. passport offices have been kind of shut down. European countries won't let Americans fly there right now. Canada won't let Americans in. Mexico won't let Americans in. It's kooky. It's really kooky, and it is bizarre. Really bizarre. Blackbirds 4. Is this the cruise channel or left-wing political crybaby channel? It's the what do you think's going on channel? Because what I see going on is crazy. MG Toe is saying speculation. Alex, why is Bruce being negative, Nancy, today? Why won't he say we can cruise soon? Why can't I just put the blinders on and say, it's all going to be all right. We're going to have a good time. Virus is only out of control in the press, with crybabies like you repeating it. Oh, wow. It's all us. It's all me and the press. Yeah. I just, I find it amazing. You get a surgeon on or a respiratory specialist talking to the media from a hospital first in New York back in March, April, and these people who are just they're just exhausted. They've had the mask on all day. They take the mask off to talk to you, and you can see the lines on their faces, and they're sweating, and they're just exhausted because of the lineups of people coming in. And now in Florida and in Texas and in Arizona, the same thing. I mean, it's exactly the same playbook, and it's all pretend. It's all pretend, isn't it? You folks are incredible. I just love the fantasy land you guys are living in. Tom Henry, anybody have some happy juice to send Bruce? I'm willing to bet with him for the vaccine. I bet we have it on election day. Devin, don't say that. I just booked the January 2021 cruise. Mike Whelan, if it's not out of control, why are hospitals filling up? I know it's fake news. Again, you can't teach stupid. Look at the facts here. I know it's insane. Blackbird, Israel fines their citizens for not wearing a mask. They still have spiking cases and threatening a new lockdown. It takes a while to take effect, but hey, just because you have a mask on doesn't mean it's the absolute guarantee of safety. It's just a common thing to do. I like the fact that if I've had surgery 2 or 3 times in my lifetime. I broke a wrist when I was a little kid. I had a tonsillectomy, and I've had a hernia operation. Each time I went into the operating room, the anesthetist, the person that gives you the gas, the doctors, the nurses, you know what they're all wearing? They're all wearing masks, and nobody was sick. Nobody had the flu. They're all wearing masks. Why would they do that? Why do hospitals have doctors wearing masks in high-risk situations? And now with a pandemic, it's not a good thing to do. It blows my mind. Just blows my mind. Eric H. Tom Henry, if there was a vaccine in 3 months, you can take it. I won't. Okay. Eric, Devin, I have 2 cruises booked the first 3 months of the year. Don't think I'll be going. I don't think so either. Blaming Trump. I mean, why would you blame Trump? He's a god. How's your favorite country, Monaco, handling the virus? Boy, I would rather be there than here. Hello, everybody. Although Canada, we're doing okay up here. I got to say, Brittany, I remember the Disney shutdown. It was supposed to be for 2 weeks. Seems like years since I've worked for Disney and not just a few months. There you go. 2-week shutdown. It's always going to be. Why would Disney make this stuff up? Eh? Mike Whelan, who's leading the charge here? White House just wants to defer the issue so it won't impact the election. Blame game. Who's in charge here? Devin, Eric C., that sucks. I've got January and June 2021. Tom Henry, MG, what have you been feeding Bruce? Brittany, I've just been listening in for the most part until the trivia gets underway. MG, within a year, those cruise stocks will go up 4 or 5 times what they are. Load up while you can. Really, yeah. That. Good luck there, MG. Good luck with you on that one. Mike Whelan, Alaska Cruise, August 21st, hopefully. Dylan LaRue is in the house, 108 degrees in Henderson, Nevada. My 100 shares of CCL better get up there. Dylan, I don't like your chances. I really don't long term. Eric, Devon ISC, I know I'm desperate to get out on a cruise again. Blackbird's 4. New York is a disaster area. The worst virus numbers in America. Get it through your head. Dylan, start doing some spankings, Mike Whalen. Not now. Devin, Eric, I would go to work for a cargo ship if it had a buffet. Oh, man. Mike Whelan, hang on. I think I've just lost my place here. I love these comments. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Mike Whelan, Florida, Arizona, Texas, California, out of control. Let's see. A lot of cruise ports there, he says. Yes, you're absolutely right. Let's see. Let's go through here. Kirk Brunson is in the house. How you doing, Kirk? Nice to have you here today. Kirk from New York City is in the house. Nice to see you. Tom Henry, U.S. will declare a bankruptcy and get even with China. How about that? Amit Rana, hi from the UK. Hi there, Amit. Nice to have you here. Mark Hill is here. Howdy, Bruce. Hi, Mike. Mark, how are you? Alex Poling. So what should people be investing in than just index funds? I would be buying right now the funds that specialize in the market going down. I would be shorting the market. I would rather have an ETF that specializes in the downward drift of the market rather than the upward drift in the market. I think the PE multiples are already too high, and they're about to get a lot higher because as earnings come out and earnings drop, if the shares don't drop in price, that means the price earnings multiples are getting even higher. And I don't see a 3-month recovery. I think about a 2 to 3 year partial recovery. I don't even see a full recovery in 2 years. I think it'll be a lot longer than that. The markets up until January in the U.S. economy had been on a run for a long, long time until 19. I don't see where the markets and the economy could have doubled yet again from here. It was already maxed out. Credit has been maxed out because interest rates are zero. Taxes have been cut. Deficits were at the high. And the current administration had no intention of paying back the deficit before this election was over. And if they got reelected, no need to pay off the deficit in the next 4 years because we're not going to be around in 4 years. So we'll just run this thing out. I just don't see how the economy and how the market is going to recover, how the economy is going to recover in the next 6 months. I think we're into a multi-year drift, and then we're going to be flatlining along the bottom, troughing for quite some time. I do not see positive things happening. Sorry to say, it's just too bad. Eric H. Hi, Bruce, from a dismal Manchester, United Kingdom. Say hi to me out there if you're watching me. Tell me where you're watching me from, folks. Blackbirds 4. You mean rumor of a vaccine? You missed the Moderna announcement. Rumors of a vaccine? I have not missed that. I've heard that one before, again and again, and I'm not buying it. I don't believe that we're that close. Maddie Ryan, thumbs up. Remember, you can buy 100 cruise shares to get the onboard credit. Immediately sell and still submit your confirmation for the credit. Yeah, well, I say buy your 100 shares the month that you're doing your reservation, whenever that's going to be down the road. 2 years from now, if you're going to go cruising 2 years from now, buy the 100 shares there, get your credit, then dump them. Say thank you very much. Jan, hi, Bruce. Better late than never. How you doing, Jan? Tom Henry. Jan, how you doing? Don't forget to give Bruce a thumbs up for this show. I would appreciate that if you want to give me a thumbs up today. We'll take them. CD is corrupt. CDC is corrupt, says Eric. Jan, hi there, Tom Henry. Mickey Mouse Spirit Animal. Hello, Bruce and everybody. How you doing? Jan, hi there, Mickey Mouse. MG Toe. If Carnival goes back to 5 people, if Carnival goes back, it'll triple down or more. Load up now. Don't believe Bruce. Oh, okay. Like MG Toe is just thinking everything's going to be great. Ignoring the fact that 13 of the ships they have, they're dumping, scrapping, selling off. They're already reducing their capacity by 9%. So they're down to 91% capacity. When they start cruising, they'll be at maximum 50% capacity, maximum. So that'll put them at 45.5% capacity for their, if they sell out every cabin they're allowed to. They won't, because they're only going to start up 10% of their fleet, and then they'll add 10, 20% every couple of months. It's going to take them over a year to get back up and running. When they get back up and running, they're at 45.5% maximum capacity, and they're carrying $10 billion of new debt that they didn't have before, plus the old debt they've been rolling over. And they're going to be $1 billion a year further into expenses than they had been a year ago. There's no way Carnival will make a dime of profit for the next 2 to 4 years. Not a chance. And you show me the numbers, how I'm wrong. You show me the numbers, because I don't see it. Hello, Jan from Mickey Mouse. Mark Hill, Bruce should run for office. Why? This is way too much more fun. 20 people in the room don't have any thumbs up, says Jan. Give Bruce some thumbs ups. Mickey Mouse, Devin C, I love your avatar. Eric H, Carnival run out of cash, expecting it to go below 5 Great British pounds on the open market. That would be about $8 US. Maddie, I mean this in a positive way. Bruce has evolved with a second channel about stocks. There are other cruise YouTubers who have only a single channel. I do. I have 2 channels now. I can talk anything I want on this channel. I love talking about the markets. Alex, I heard if we go flying to a party on beaches and at amusement parks, then the virus will go away. Is that true? Yeah, that's right. If you get on an airplane, no social distancing required. They'll sell the middle seat. You can go to Disneyland and Universal, have a great time, go out to the bars and the restaurants, have a great time. When you get home, everything will be fine. All those people getting sick in Florida are people that are not going to be exposed to you at all. There's no way, because, you're in happy land, and these viruses, they're going to spare you. Yeah, good luck with that. MG Toe, nurses and doctors in surgery to prevent them from giving the patient a bug. Remember when the monstrous birthers open you up? You're vulnerable to their bugs. MG, our President Donald Trump will fix this plague and bring us out of the depression on full faith and credit. There you go. Bob Klein Saucer, totally agree on your analysis. Thank you, Bob. Alex, Bruce, why do half of your viewers not believe in facts and think everything is roses? I don't know, Alex. I can't explain it. Dylan, I always like the game of markets. If it goes up, I know it's going to sell off somewhere. I love the buy before your cruise plan for shares bonus. Yeah, why not? Bill Carroll, Trump knows a lot about credit. Ask Atlantic City. Yeah, about the 5 times he went under. Jan, wishful thinking, Alex. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Folks, I just don't know how the markets can justify these prices. I don't know how the so-called brains that they interview on these stock channels, I don't know how these guys can keep telling America to keep buying, keep investing in the markets. I find it incredible and very frustrating when I see an analyst or a host on a financial network say, this stock is up 68% since the sell-off. Yeah, okay. But the reality is that prior to the sell-off, the shares were actually up here. And on the sell-off, they went here, and now they're here. They're still not back to where they were. They're still down 25, 30% from where they were. But they won't tell us that. They'll tell us about how great the market is doing in the last 2 months, but not how badly the market has been doing the last 6 months. And I love how they highlight that the NASDAQ is at a new all-time high. The NASDAQ is at a new all-time high. That is not America. The NASDAQ is dominated by the FANG stocks, which are benefiting from people being shut in to their homes because Netflix, we're watching television. We're not going out to movie theaters. Facebook, we're talking to each other through the computer. Microsoft, we're using Windows. I mean, the FANG stocks, Google and all, they're benefiting from us being cooped up. The companies out there that, depend on us to get out of our houses, they're the ones hurting big time. But they only make up 20% of the NASDAQ. 80% of the NASDAQ is dominated by 6-7 stocks. And they're the winners. They're the winners at this point. So yeah, NASDAQ's hitting a new high, but of the NASDAQ 100, 80 of them are not doing as well as the other 20, if that. I mean, it's crazy. It's just insane. You notice that the Dow Jones 30 Industrial hasn't reached its high. NASDAQ has, S&P is reaching new numbers, but not the Dow 30 because they have the industrials in there, and it hasn't come back there. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. All right. Who else is here? I just want to say hi, and then let's get into some trivia. Dylan LaRue is saying, hey, don't forget, you can come visit our casinos too. Just make sure you put your mask up after your smokes and drinks in Henderson, Nevada. Jen, you and I are safe now, Bruce. The age 40 and under are in trouble now. Now it's the kids. Don't say I'm under 40, says Alex. Jen, you seem to be a brain, Alex. You seem to have a brain. Blackbird, always of the seas, loves me long time. MG, it's very simple. These guys are nothing more than a bunch of insurance salesmen. And Eric, the rampers keep pushing shares while they're shorting them. There you go. David, people's lots of Twitter accounts getting hacked, providing links to send into your Bitcoin. It is quite amazing out there what's happening. Like I say, the markets are some of these shares are just trading at unbelievable numbers. I don't have a problem with Apple shares hitting new highs these days. Company with 200 plus billion cash. No, they're net free of debt. They do have debt, but they're paying nothing for it. Generating all kinds of cash flow and earnings and that type of thing. But there are stocks out there that are trading at unbelievable multiples that are just out of this world. And it just eventually the piper comes a calling. It just happens. And when stocks go down, they go down violently, quickly, without mercy. When they go up in baby steps. So you probably have been noticing how the market's going up 2, 1 down, up 2 steps, 1 down, up 2 steps, 1 down. Right now, the S&P 500 is range bound within about a 100-point area. It's not going anywhere. It's not going any higher. It's reached kind of the highs of the early part of the year. It's not going any higher now. And the earnings coming up for the S&P 500 going to be ugly. There's going to be some ugly reports. There'll be the odd winner, sure. Yeah, there always is, but there's going to be way more losers than winners, and I don't like what I see. Okay, let's play some trivia. We've got 38 of you here. Let's see how you do today. I'll grab my big-ass phone here and get it set up for catching your answers, and we'll see how everything goes there. Thank you, by the way, for joining me today. Appreciate you all being here with me, catching me live on my show. I'm having all kinds of fun with my phone right now as I'm trying to get it to cooperate. It doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, let's see if I can make this happen. Oh my gosh. There we go. Out. New guy, new phone. I have to watch videos on how to actually operate my own phone. It's quite amazing. Anyway, I'm having issues. I'll get it figured out. Let's see. Sorry, folks. New guy. There we go. I think we've got it now. All right. Excellent. All right. Over to my big ass iPad and let me load up my questions. Here they are right here. Excellent. And we'll get the first one up and going, and we'll hit you and see how smart you guys are today. No cheating. Don't Google these. Give me one answer at a time for every answer you give me, and I'll give you hints if you need help. Here comes your first question for today's trivia questions. Here we go. The first question of the day is: can you tell me the countries of the world that have the highest income tax brackets? What 22 countries of the world have the highest top income tax bracket in the world? Let's see what's going up here. Thumbs up for trivia, says Jan. Should I sell my Carnival stocks? Bottom at 1350. Sorry, just turned live. Steph, sell. Alex, yep, sell. Brittany Anderson's wondering about the United States of America. Is the United States sitting on very high tax rates? No, not the USA. Let's see here. Blackbirds I'm starting to agree with you. Steph K, South Africa for high income tax rates. South Africa, that's an interesting choice. I don't see South Africa here. Alex Poling is thinking Norway. Norway has a 47.8% top income tax rate, and that puts them at about 13th highest in the world, interestingly. Tom Henry, Sweden, number one in the world. Sweden, 56.6%. You'll pay that as the top rate if you're the highest income earner, but then your kids will get free university. You'll get free healthcare. You have a generous paternity leave and everything else, and an excellent retirement program. So, and I think 6 weeks mandatory holiday per year or more. It's quite good. You pay for it though. High taxes. France is coming in here from is saying France. France is a 45% tax rate, highest tax rate, around 20th highest in the world. France. Brittany is thinking China. China, I'm showing at 45% top tax rate, about 18th highest. Belgium, Kurt is thinking Belgium. 50% tax rate at the highest level, 5th, 6th highest in the world. Paul Boden, Germany. Germany is 45%, tied at around 20th place. Steph is thinking in Canada, country of Canada, 48% in Canada, highest rate. We're in about the top 10 in the world, I suppose, at the highest rate. I think in Canada, you make over 200,000+, and then you're in the highest rate, or 250,000. So if you only make 50, 60,000 a year, you're still only in about the 14, 18% rate. It's quite low. But the top end, you pay. Brittany Anderson, United Kingdom, the UK, 45%, tied around 20th place with a bunch of other countries. Denmark, Dylan LaRue, number 2 in the world, 55.4%, where everything is included. Alex Pauling, Finland, 49%, top 10 country for taxes. Tom Henry, Switzerland. No, Switzerland doesn't have income taxes. Brittany, Japan, 50% tax rate at the high end for Japan. United Arab Emirates, Jan is thinking, no, they don't have income tax there. Brittany Anderson, how about Egypt, the country of Egypt? I don't show them in the top bracket anywhere. Argentina, Tom Henry is thinking. Argentina is not showing in the top 22. Dylan is thinking Brazil. Brazil, not in the top 22. Sweden, Canada, we have Russia. Brittany's thinking Russia. The country of Russia doesn't show. Cuba does not show. Spain, España, number 4, 52% tax rate for the upper end there. Austria, 50% in the top 5. The Koreas, South Korea, North Korea, doesn't show. Who else we got here? Australia, the way down under, 45%. They're in the top 20. And Iceland, 46.2%, top 15 country for income tax. Brittany's thinking Hungary, the country of Hungary, not showing. And income tax is extortion, should pay no tax. Earned income should only be a purchase tax, says Eric H. I would agree with that. I would love to see just a consumption tax and no income tax. Just stop all the games, stop all those tax collectors, unemploy them. Stop all the shenanigans of trying to avoid taxes, and just pay tax on what you spend. Yeah, be a lot cleaner, a lot fewer people counting the money or collecting it. Agreed with Eric, says Dylan. All right, I need a country in Europe that's right near Belgium. I need a country that is very close to the United Kingdom. I need a country in the Mideast. I need a country next door to Spain. I need a country in Africa. And I need a country next door to Turkey. Can you guys help me with any of those countries? There's a couple of hints for you. Jan is thinking Turkey. No, Turkey does not make the list in the top 22 of the world. Luxembourg just came in. No, Luxembourg is not in there. Ireland, yes, Ireland is next door to the UK. 48% top income tax rate for Ireland. Portugal next to Spain. Yes, Portugal 46.5%, top 12. Ireland, Portugal, they both come in a couple times. Andorra, no tax in Andorra, I don't believe. Let's see. I'm still looking for a country next to Belgium, next to Denmark in that neighborhood. If anyone knows, Syria. No way. No, not Syria. Next door to Jordan. Next door to Lebanon. Let's see. Any more guesses? I'll give them up if necessary. We have Senegal from Africa. 50% top tax rate in Senegal. Zimbabwe, another African country, 46.4%. Greece, next to Turkey, 45%. Israel in the Mideast, 48% tax rate. The Netherlands is the last country I'm looking for, 52% tax rate in the Netherlands. We are done. The first quiz, and you guys have done very, very well. Let's move on to quiz number 2 for today. Can you tell me the countries of the world that export the most electricity? What countries of the world export the most electricity? Electricity exporting countries. See how you do on this one. I'm looking for 30 countries that export electricity. Let's change the title. Here we go. Countries that export the most electricity. Brittany and Dylan are thinking the United States of America, the USA. Does America export a lot of electricity? They're 19th in the world, 12,000 gigawatts or whatever that means. They're 12th. They're 19th most in the world for exporting electricity. Other countries being guessed. Chile, the country of Chile, not in the top 30 for electricity exports. The Netherlands, what about the Netherlands? Yep, 14th highest in the world for electrical, all those windmills they've got. Yeah. Russ Peters, what about Canada, Bruce? The country Canada, yeah. Number 3 in the world, Canada, the third highest electricity exporter in the world, 57,900 gigawatts, number 3 in the world. We have Americans that love electricity from Canada, especially out of Quebec. What else? Germany, the country number 2 in the world, 66.8. Germany's exporting to the countries all around them. Germany has a lot of power. France, Tom Henry, France, number 1 country in the world. France, with most of its power is nuclear. Nuclear, number 1 exporter, 73.4 gigawatts or gigawatts, whatever that means. Brittany is thinking China for exporter. Yeah, number 12 in the world, China. Brittany Anderson is thinking any of the Koreas. North, South, no, Koreas aren't on this list. Greenland, no can do. United Kingdom, Brittany is wondering about the UK. No, the UK is on an island. Kind of hard to export electricity out of the UK. Let's see. How do you export electricity? Just by wires. Tom Henry, what about Belgium? Belgium for electrical exporting. Yep, 24th in the world. Belgium exports electricity. Austria, number 9 in the world. Yes, indeed. India. The country of India for electricity exports. No, India not in the top 22. They need all they can get, I think. The Netherlands. We've done already. Switzerland, number 5 in the world. A lot of hydropower in Switzerland. They export a lot of it. Bill Carroll, Mexico. The country of Mexico. Is Mexico an exporter of electricity? Do not see it. No, not Mexico. They're an importer from the U.S., I bet you. Brittany, Egypt, the country of Egypt. I don't think so. No, Egypt is not an exporter of electricity. Japan, I don't think so. No, Japan does not export. Big wire, says Dylan. Spain, España, number 10 in the world for electricity exports. Iceland, no. Iceland does not have wires running out from its island around the world. No. The Vatican, no can do. Sweden, number 6 in the world for electrical exports. Yeah. Russia, the country of Russia, number 11. They export a lot of electricity. Nuclear plants in Russia. Brazil, the country of Brazil, exporting electricity. Brasilia is not showing on this chart. No. Turkey. Turkey is also not showing as an exporter of electricity. Norway, I think, have we done Norway? We have not. Number 8 in the world. Norway, a lot of hydro, water power. What countries import the most? There are countries that are imported. Brittany is thinking Portugal as an exporter of electricity. Portugal, nope, not here. Italy is not an exporter of electricity, not in the top 22 anyway. South Africa, yep, number 13 in the world, 15,000 gigabytes. United Arab Emirates to export electricity. Nope, not the UAE. I'm looking for a country in South America, another one in the heart of Europe. As a matter of fact, the country I'm looking for used to be two countries. It used to be one country. Now it's two countries. That's how I'm trying to say it. This country used to be one country. It's now two countries. They cut it in half. What are the two countries in Europe that are now separate from each other? Another country that used to be in the Soviet bloc is a big exporter. I got a couple of those. And African countries, Middle East, I got a few still to go. Let's see if we get any more guesses here. Denmark, I think, here we go. Number 20 for Denmark. Thank you. We'll take that one. And let's see here. Bolivia. No, but there's a country that sounds like it. That's kind of sounds like Bolivia, but I don't know if you guys get it. The Czech Republic, that's one of the two. Czech Republic is number 7 in the world for exports of electricity. The other half of that country, what's the name of the other half of the Czech Republic? What did the Czech Republic used to be altogether? Argentina. Someone's wondering about Argentina as an exporter of electricity. No. Bolivia, we've tried already. Argentina, Ukraine. Ukraine is not here. No. Poland, yes. Number 16 in the world for electrical. Bulgaria is the other one. Bolivia, Bulgaria. Yeah, I always mix up the two. Number 17 is Bulgaria. Slovenia. Yes, Slovenia is one of the countries. Slovakia is the other one. There's Czechoslovakia. Remember Czechoslovakia? The Czech Republic and Slovakia are now separate countries. Both export a lot of power to their neighbors. Brazil, Uzbekistan. Yep, number 18 in the world. You guys are doing well. The last of these countries is Paraguay, number 4 in the world. Paraguay. Then there's Mozambique, Hungary, Iran, Serbia, Bhutan, Belarus, Estonia, and Israel. Those are the other electrical exporters of the world, bringing in all kinds of cash for power. Very interesting. All right, let's move on. We've still got 25 of you here. Tell me countries of the world that have the most airports. Countries of the world with the most airports. See if how you do on that one. I'm looking for 25 countries with the most airports. Can you tell me the world's leading countries? Tom Henry, the USA, absolutely. Number 1. 13,513 airports, 13,500 of them in the USA. Number 1, everyone got the United States. Jan and SLGC Mets thinking Canada. Canada is number 4 at 1,467. Now, Canada is 1/10 the size in population terms of the United States. So if you multiply Canada's 1,400 by 10, you actually get 14,000 airports. We have more airports per capita than America does. Unbelievable. I when I first saw this, I couldn't believe it, but it's true. SLGC is thinking Russia, number 5 in the world, 1,200 airports compared to 13,000 in America, almost the same population. Russia has way fewer airports than America does. Brittany Anderson, Brazil. The country Brazil, number 2 in the world, 4,093 airports in Brazil. Dylan LaRue, South Africa, number 11 in the world, 566 airports. SLGC, China, the country of China, 14th place, 507 airports, building more all the time. Alex Poling, what about Mexico? Number 3 in the world, 1,714 airports, number 3. Australia, Dylan is saying. Australia, down under, number 16 in the world, 480 airports. Brittany Anderson, what about Japan? How about airports in Japan? They're not in the top 25. You got to have 231 or more. Japan doesn't make it. Kurt is wondering about the United Kingdom. The UK, 18th place, 460 airports. AWOL, Spain, España is not in the top 25. Dylan LaRue, the Philippines, Bruce. What about the Philippines? Number 24 in the world, 247 airports. Brittany Anderson, France, the country of France, 17th in the world, 464. A lot of bush piles to Canada. That's right. Who else we got here? Argentina, number 6. 1,138 airports in Argentina. Saudi Arabia does not rank in the top 25. Japan, we did. Russia. Egypt, we haven't done Egypt yet. Egypt is not in the top 25. I'm looking for South American countries, Asia, Europe. We got a bunch. Let's see here. Italy, Italia. No, Italy is not in the top 25. The UAE is not in the top 25. Turkey, the country of Turkey, not in the top 25. Brazil, we did. Bolivia, yes, number 7 in the world, 855. Chile, number 15, 481 in the world. And then we have Greenland. We always get Greenland. The capital of this country is Bogota. What's the name of this country? The capital of this country is Jakarta. What's the name of that country? Let's see. We got Colombia just coming in. Yep, that's Bolivia. That's Bogota. 836 in Colombia. Number 8 in the world for airports. Peru, not coming in. No. Colombia, we got Iceland. No. Indonesia, yep, number 10 in the world, 673. India, number 21 in the world, 346 airports in India, second most populated country in the world, only 346 airports. They are building more as we speak, though. Pakistan, not in the top 25. And Ecuador has been guessed number 20 in the world, 432 airports for Ecuador. I'm looking for Paraguay, number 9 in the world with 799. Papua New Guinea, 561 airports, number 12. Germany, 539 in Germany, and that's the size of a state like Texas. Can you imagine 539 airports in Texas? Germany has got a ton for its geographical footprint. Venezuela, 19th in the world at 444. Iran has 319. They're 22nd in the world. Guatemala, 23rd at 291. Sweden, 231 airports in Sweden. 5 million people. 25th in the world. Lots of airports for that and a number of people. That is the airport question. We got one more trivia, or was that it? No, I got one more trivia question to go. At least I thought I did, and I don't see it. Uh-oh. I might be in big trouble here. Hang on. See if we can find this last one. I had one more that I wanted to hit you guys with today. And oh my. Let's see. Here we are. Let's try it over here. And let's see if this pops it up over here. Hang on. We have one more trivia question for you today. And we're going to see if we can pop this one up right away. Here we go. And we will do this and this. And hang on. Sorry, folks. I'm just got to get my big ass iPad set up here. Here it comes. Here we go. Hang on. I'm going to put this phone down for just a second. Come on. I think we got it. Alrighty, here we go, guys. Tell me the JFK, John F. Kennedy Airport in New York. Tell me the 50 most flown to airports from JFK. The 50 international destinations from John F. Kennedy Airport. Tell me cities. And let's see how we do here on that one. All right. Sorry, folks, for the delay. I had to get this done. Let's take a look-see here. We're getting Paul Bowden is thinking London. Yep, London is the number one foreign international destination out of JFK during normal times. 2.9 million passengers a year fly to London from JFK every year, normally. Number one in the world, number one location. Who else is coming in? SLG Mets, Paris, France. Number two destination is Paris, 1.17 million passengers a year. Kurt is thinking Los Angeles. International, please. International. SLGC is thinking Bermuda. That would be Hamilton, Bermuda, I would say. And we'll take a look here. Yes, Hamilton, Bermuda is in here, 193,000 passengers, and that would put Hamilton around 30th place, roughly 35th place. Las Vegas, that's not international. It's another place, but it's not international. SLG Mets, Barcelona in España. From New York to Spain, yes, 208,000 a year going to Barcelona. Probably 30th highest number out of JFK. Mexico City, Brittany. Mexico City, 464,000, top 10 city. SLGC, Madrid, Spain. The other one, yeah, the capital, yes, 459,000. Looks like 12th most popular location to fly from JFK. Chicago, says Russ Peters. Miami, says Kurt. These aren't international, but they're unique. SLG, Oslo in Norway. Oslo. Yes, there are flights to Oslo, and I'm just trying to find Oslo. Is it in the top 50? It might not be. I'm not finding it at the moment. It might not be in the top 50. Berlin, Bill Carroll. Berlin does not rank in the top 50. Germany has been plagued with an issue. They've been trying to build a brand new airport in Germany now, in Berlin, for over 10 years, and it's delayed, all kinds of issues. And until it is finished, and I don't know when that's going to happen, they're not getting flights from from Berlin direct from JFK, but I did just give away the other city, didn't I? Moscow, Brittany, Moscow. Yes, Moscow, 229,000 people a year fly in and out of Moscow to JFK, putting that as the 25th most frequent international airport. Athens, the city of Athens in Greece. Athens in Greece, number 24 at 245,000. Ontario, that's a province in Canada, but not a city, and a city in California, but that's not international. Kurt, what about Rome in Italy? Italia, Rome, Italy. Roma in Italia, 564,000, number 5 most flown to city internationally out of JFK. Tom Henry, Montreal in Canada, Bruce. Yes, Montreal, 142,000 people a year. That's only 46th place, believe it or not. SLG Mets, Tokyo in Japan, Bruce. Yes, 552,000 people fly nonstop from Tokyo to JFK, making it the number 8 spot, number 8 most popular. Sydney in Australia. Sydney, Australia to New York. I don't believe you can do it. I'm not sure. I don't think there are nonstop flights from Sydney, Australia to New York. I don't think so. Quebec, the city of Quebec in Quebec City. No, Quebec not. But Dylan, Toronto, Ontario. Yes, Toronto, 156,000 people a year fly to Toronto to JFK every year. That is about 42nd most popular. To be that close, and yet nowhere near the top 10. Melbourne, Australia, too far away. Montreal, Germany. Vancouver, British Columbia. Vancouver from British Columbia. Yes, 171,000 people. That's even more popular than Toronto and Montreal. Dubai. Yes, Dubai. When this list was compiled in 2018, Dubai had 418,000 people a year flying to New York nonstop, making it into the top 15. Tim, Frankfurt. Yeah, I gave it away. Number 3, Frankfurt, Germany, 646,000 people, third most traveled route. Brussels. Kurt is wondering about Brussels to New York. Let's see. Yeah, 222,000, 27th most popular. Abu Dhabi in the Mideast, the United Arab Emirates. Not showing it in the top 50, but I think by now it might be, although we'll have to see with this virus. I'm not sure. Dublin in Ireland. Dublin, number 12, approximately 455,000 people a year. Moonbase. Okay. Mumbai, SLG. Mumbai in India. Mumbai. Yep, 215,000 people, about 30th most popular international route. Cape Town in South Africa. Cape Town. I'm not sure you can actually do it nonstop. Something tells me you cannot fly it nonstop, so it's not showing here. Amsterdam. Yes, 533,000 people, top 10 destination from JFK. Lisbon in Portugal. Lisbon, Portugal. Lisboa in Portugal. Wasn't finding it on the first go around and can't find it on the second go around. Milan in Italia. Yes, Milan, financial headquarters of Italy. 283,000 people a year fly in and out of Milan to New York, JFK. Top 20 in the world, or from JFK. MG Toe is talking about these bonds that Carnival issued today, over $1 billion, paying about 10.5% interest. Yes, indeed. Beijing, China. What about Beijing from JFK? Beijing, China to JFK. 173,000 people, approximately the 35th most popular route. Stockholm in Sweden. Stockholm out of JFK, not making the top 50. Not Stockholm. Amsterdam we did. Vienna in Austria. We have Vienna here. Do we have it? Do we? Yes. Number 50 at 130,000 passengers a year. It's the 50th most traveled route. Singapore, I don't believe so. There was a Singapore flight for a while to Newark on a modified jet, the longest flight in the world, but I don't think JFK was in that routing. No. Reykjavik in Iceland. Let's see here. Iceland, Reykjavik. Not showing in the top 50. Rio de Janeiro. Out of New York. Not seeing it. Not seeing Rio. Hong Kong to New York City. Yes, 341,000 people. Top 20. Calgary, not showing. I don't believe so. Edmonton, no. Ottawa, no. Cairo, out of Egypt. Yes, 216,000, 30th most popular. Zurich, Switzerland, Zurich. Yep, 367,000. That's a top 20 route out of JFK. Budapest, Hungary, Budapest. Let's see here. Budapest, not showing in the top 50. Winnipeg, no. Tokyo, I think we've done already. Yes, we have. Nassau in the Bahamas. Yes, 189,000 people, top 35. We've got Delhi or New Delhi out of India. Delhi or New Delhi, India. Not showing. Hanoi out of Vietnam. I don't think so. No. Curacao. Let's see here. Curacao. Not showing. I don't think I'm showing it. Just double check. I've got Oranjestad in Aruba. But not showing. I've got Port of Spain, Trinidad, Tobago. Let's see here. Not showing Curacao. All right, moving on. Who else? Where else? San Juan, Puerto Rico. That's not international. That is domestic. Cayman Islands, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. I don't think they made the list, but there are flights. Geneva, Switzerland. I'm not sure about Geneva. Have we got Geneva here? Not showing Geneva. Halifax, Nova Scotia, not showing. Tel Aviv in Israel, 546,000, top 10, yes. Saint Martin in yes. And Netherlands, Antilles, 154,000, top 40 destination, Saint Martin. Barbados would be Bridgetown, and that would be in the top 45, 148,000. Jerusalem, no, but Tel Aviv, yes. Okay, I am still looking for a couple of Caribbean destinations that are international. I'm looking for a Asia destination, South America, Mexico. I'm looking for a destination there. Asia and Europe. I'm looking for a city in Germany. Looking for a city in the United Kingdom, but not London. Let's see. South America, another one in the Baltics. Let's see how we're doing here. We have Stuttgart, St. Lucia, Dominican Republic. Okay, Dominican Republic of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic of Santiago. Santo Domingo is number 3, 579,000. Santiago, Dominican Republic is number 5 at 556,000. Very popular. Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, 193,000. Top 35. There's 3 cities in the Dominican Republic that make the top 50 right there. Munich in Germany. Munich, yes, 167,000 in Germany, top 40. Mexico City, we've done. Guadalajara, Mexico. No, but I have other cities. Manchester, United Kingdom, yes. 203,000, that's a top 35. Santiago in Chile, not showing that one, no. Hamburg in Germany, not showing Hamburg, but another city I am. It's not Munich, it's not Hamburg, it's not Berlin. You kind of smell nice when you put this on you, though. That's the name of this city. Cancun, Mexico. Yes, Cancun, Mexico. 327,000 people a year fly to Cancun. Top 20. That's one of the Mexican cities. I think that's the last of the Mexican cities. I am still looking for a Asia city. South America, out of Brazil. A city out of Brazil. Another Caribbean country I'm looking for. Let's see, any more coming in here? We've got Tijuana, we have Monterrey, Guatemala City, and Cologne. Cologne, Germany, 218,000, top 30. Let's see, I don't have Guatemala City. No, I've got Cologne. I got Singapore coming in, Tijuana. I have here Incheon in South Korea. That's close to Seoul. Sao Paulo, Brazil. These are top 12s. Montego Bay, Jamaica, 315,000, top 20. Istanbul, Turkey, top 20, 270,000. Shannon, Ireland, 224,000. That's a top 25. Kingston, Jamaica, 200,000 people a year, top 30. Kiev in the Ukraine, 183,000, top 35. Port-au-Prince, Haiti, top 40, 171,000. Buenos Aires, Argentina, 162,000, top 45. Helsinki, Finland, 148,000, top 45. Leaving me 2 more. I've got, what is it? Guil, Ecuador, and Warsaw, Poland, making up the last of the top 50 cities you fly from out of JFK for the most popular cities. That does the quiz and my quizzes for the day. I want to thank you guys for joining me here today, here on Stock Markets with Bruce. Really appreciate you visiting with me today, giving me all of your comments and thoughts. Appreciate it very much. Thank you for your input. Today's ranting and raving about what's going on. I appreciate all of it. I want to thank you for supporting this channel, Stock Markets with Bruce. Please consider subscribing. Thank you for the updates. I really appreciate it. And we'll keep videos coming from time to time on this channel. Join me also on my other channel from time to time, Traveling with Bruce. I appreciate all your support there too. In the meantime, guys, stay warm, stay safe, stay healthy, stay cool if it's hot where you are. And we'll catch you next time, 6:27 Eastern. Not a bad run on this show. Thank you for being here all this time. Midnight in Belgium, says Kurt. Thank you, Kurt, for being here today. I really appreciate that. Same with you, Jan. That was fun as always. Thank you, Jan, for being here. JLS, thanks. Jan, how many subscribers did we get? How many thumbs ups did we get on this show? Love to know. Let me know how many thumbs ups we got before we go. Tom Henry says, thank you for the pleasant afternoon. Thank you, Tom Henry, for being here. There's Tom Henry. Thank you. Bill Carroll, thank you for being here today. Enjoy you having you. 26 thumbs ups. Jan, thank you for letting me know. And thank you guys for throwing this show a thumbs up. 26. That's our record for this show. Thank you all very much. Have a good evening. Take care. We'll talk to you next time on Stock Markets with Bruce. And we'll talk to you real soon. Take care now. Bye.